I'm in the kitchen today, and it is a much needed day of being in the kitchen. I don't know about you, but this is where I find some of my best time to think and get my head straight. So I love this book. It's on medicinal herbal teas, and it's like a reference guide. So I am looking at lots of different herbs in here, but one in particular I wanted to highlight for you today is thyme, T-H-Y-M-E, the herb. And so on page 62 of this book, it is giving me some of the qualities of thyme. And so the author says, I think thyme is one of the prettiest herbs and its medicinal values seem to be endless. It's antibacterial, antiviral, very, she has in italics, antifungal, antispasmodic, antimicrobial, and an antibiotic. It's also incredibly aromatic, astringent. Thyme is an expectorant, a decongestant, and it can be used as a tonic. There's so much that thyme is good for, and it's actually a native to Europe. And if you know anything about the Europeans, they're big on drinking tea, right? And so we use the leaf or the flower or both in the tea using thyme. So the medicinal uses, it says it aids in killing and expelling ringworm. It treats thrush in the mouth, fights infections, growths, and fungal allergies. It clears the sinuses. It's cleansing to the kidneys and the urinary tract. It opens bronchial passageways and assists in cleansing the respiratory tract. That makes you want to keep around some thyme tea or some fresh thyme. So let's talk about that, because when we talk about keeping dried herbs, you obviously want to have an organic, non-GMO resource for those. But you want to make sure that those have never been sprayed and that, you know, they're stored and kept dry and then they're not molding in the container they're in. So there's a lot that you have to look at when you are considering using thyme for medicinal purposes. Now, I went to the Restaurant Depot this week and I got this big bin of thyme for like $5. It's not organic. It wasn't labeled organic. But I can put it in my Thieves Fruit and Veggie soap and cleanse it, okay? So it'll help get rid of all the impurities, but look at all that thyme. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. This would make a beautiful, even just bouquet, right? It's so aromatic. It's dropping its little leaves, and if you see, it's tiny, tiny little leaves, and so when you cook with this, you're just gonna scrape those leaves off of the stem. I just recently did a chicken dish with sage and thyme, and that's one of the reasons why I bought this big container of thyme. I don't need all this. I may try to plant some of it. But here's the thing. I love my essential oils, and I only use Young Living, and Young Living has an entire line of dietary essential oils. They are labeled for your dietary use. They are also non-GMO certified. Here's thyme. 5 ml bottle of Thyme Vitality has about 90 to 100 drops in it. So as I'm using, it smells just like the plant because this is the essence of the plant itself. No expiration date on it. As I'm using these Vitality drops in my cooking, in my salad dressings, which I just made a salad dressing for lunch. When I'm using them in lots of applications, sometimes this is how I use it. I take the lid off and I'm gonna drop one drop of thyme, and I'm going to dip my finger in it and put it in the sauce, or maybe a toothpick, and put it in whatever I'm making. Here's what I've been experimenting with, and it's fantastic. So stay tuned for more. In my sourdough, in the stage where I'm shaping the sourdough loaf, I smear my fingers over the shape as I'm rolling it up. Just like you would add inclusions, which you could do, some of the live plant if you would like. You can use your vitality oils. Here's an important thing to remember. You don't want to put your vitality oils in your sourdough when you're growing the starter in the loaf and you're waiting on that fermentation to take place, because you heard me read all of the benefits of thyme. And your starter is made from microbes. So what would this do in your starter? It could kill the microbes, and you don't want that to happen. We're eating sourdough for our gut health. So you want to keep as many of those microbes in as possible. So the best time to use your vitality oils in your sourdough baking is in that shape and shaping process, not in the stretch and folds. But see, I have it all over my hands right now. Smells amazing. As I am working my final shape, that could be on my hands, and it's infusing into the dough. I've done several loaves as tests, and the results were amazing. There are a lot of different combinations that you can do, and I'm gonna be showing some here as I can get them prepared and completed and baked and tested and all of that. But if you end up using your Young Living Vitality oils in your sourdough journey, or any recipe for that matter, tell me about it. I want to hear about what you're doing, and we can share together how we're utilizing all of those wonderful benefits in our sourdough. So, as a board certified holistic practitioner, I am all about any way that we can get more health in our food that we're eating. So stay tuned. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.